made of Leo Smith and Mervat, and Jane. I invite you to be our evaluation team number 2. With that thought, let us bring Leo on stage, on limelight. Leo.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Yes, we did hear from Rochelle on her motivational strategies and her motivational information that she provided us from this level 4 project. And it's good. We're going to start out with Jane with vocal variety, eye contact, and gestures. We'll follow that up again with Mervat, who's going to talk about the audience feedback, the comfort level, and some clarity items. And then I'll do an overall feedback. So I'm going to ask Jane to take it away. Go ahead, Jane.
Rochelle, you gave a cultivating speech today. I love your very delightful and a beautiful smile you have, and when you speak, and purple is one of my favorite colors. So anyway, I evaluated you on your vocal variety. For the vocal variety, I felt like you did good, but at times you were speaking fast, and maybe you could take a pause at times when you're speaking. And for the eye contact, I could tell that you were, I know you had said about reading notes, so I could tell that you were depending upon your notes a little bit more and reading them, but you did good with that. As for the gestures, your gestures were very good. They were fully integrative with your physical gestures that you were doing with the delivery of your speech. What I would have liked to have you have done is maybe stand back a little bit farther so that we could see the gestures a little bit better, because sometimes they were hiding when you were speaking. And at first you were grasping your hands a little bit, but then after that you got more relaxed. And so your gestures went very well. So overall, I thought your speech was great, and that the vocal variety, the eye contact, and the gestures went very well. And you are a very good speaker. So thank you very much for speaking today and allowing us to be able to evaluate you.
All right, thank you very much, Jane. And we will move to Mervat. Mervat?
Rachel, excellent speech. You truly inspired me and follow your successful path. You excelled at motivating me and did cultivate in me the interest of being an area director to follow your successful path. What are such great leadership strategies that I have learned from you today, Rochelle. My suggestion of improvement, it's just if you organize the speech a little bit more, doing some introduction, you take us into a storytelling, which I love your storytelling strategy. But if you just organize the speech a little bit more with introduction and body and conclusion, because what I like the best is your ending, and you did, in order to be a successful leadership in leading this area contest, you do this, and you just number them 1, 2, 3, 4 in amazing clarifying approaches that really amazed me. You tell like number 1, you appeal their experience, and number 2, reward them. Number 2, never thank them. Number 3, never thank them enough. And you just amazing. I like that. So my suggestion is just that you do it in the first, this is what I'm gonna give you, the skill I will do it, and this is in the body, this is how I did it, and this is, you say it and you explain it and you say it again in a very strong ending. Other than that, amazing speech, Rochelle. It's really inspired me so much, and it gave me that push and to be running for an area director uh in the near future, because I want to follow that very successful path and use your tips and tricks in being a successful one. And thank you, Rochelle. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Mervat. Rochelle, the contest 44 and 45 was awesome. It was, I had the pleasure of being an observer there, and it was fantastic. Just like I believe that your speech here to me was fantastic. You recapped it fluently and smoothly, just like the contest itself. And I've sat through a number of contests this time, and yours was one of the best ones that I felt run. So it was fantastic. So your recap of this and your debrief to the members here was fantastic. The one thing that I really liked about the way you debriefed us is the colorful language that you used when you explained it. That kept me flowing with your speech. So I really liked that. In the middle part of your speech, you were saying first, second, third, and then finally, I was able to follow that fluently. And I thought, oh my gosh, it would be so nice if I had a sheet that Rochelle created, because you made it, I had the club contest and I was stressed out. You made it seem like this, that chairing a contest was stress-free. And I know it's not, but the way that you presented that was wonderful. So one of the things I would like to see is more, some of the more challenges that you overcame, because you overcame a number of challenges you had to have. and I would have liked to have heard that in a speech. The other thing I would like you to do is actually, after a fashion, is sit down and just kind of flesh the speech out, maybe to 15 minutes, and ask the leadership to that you would like to give this speech at a training session, because your speech, your contest was so wonderfully done. I mean, and you obviously overcame some obstacles, and I think that knowledge base should not be lost when you go back into competing for yourself, but that you can give it as a training session would be fantastic. So again, I'd like to hear more of the challenges. The other thing, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but the colorful language just really had me going, and just I thought, wow, this was motivating me, and I thought, after each time I thought, oh, that's way too much work, but then you just made it simple. But the other thing is also being available to people. You could let that be known too, if that's something that you could be as a mentor. You don't have to do it for them, but just as a mentor, because just talking to someone that's calm and brief really helps. So again, I think you did a wonderful job of just debriefing us, letting us know it's okay to be a contest chair, that we can overcome the obstacles. And again, great speech, and looking forward to actually seeing you compete, but hopefully giving this speech as a learning tool at the district level. So thank you very much. Mr. General Evaluator. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we're going to go to Rochelle, and we're going to ask you for a minute or so of feedback.
Well, thank you all. Thanks to my evaluation team for such thoughtful comments. I was writing down a lot of the notes. I do think that I was rushing a little bit towards the end, because I saw the time and I knew that I was getting close to going over. And so I think that I didn't pause as much during that period of time. So thank you, Jane, for pointing that out. I appreciate all of the comments that I've received about how I could lengthen this speech, add more of the challenges, and then use it as a training session. And I happened to see that Jamie Richter had sent me an email. She's like, you should you should send the video out for the speech to the entire district as a training tool. So I think that, and Leo, I also appreciate your comments about how I could use this speech as a training tool if I lengthen it more and include the challenges. So thank you for the call to do that. I think that that's something that I will consider doing. And I'm definitely available as a resource for anybody. Being an area director has been super challenging this year, but I've learned a lot. So I'd love to share my experience with other folks if you're considering that role. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Rochelle. Now I'm going to ask for some feedback from the audience, from the members, please, and guests.
I would reiterate what the Leo had said, and then Jamie's message, and then your determination that you will lengthen the speech and use it as training material. I think that not just even formal training, but I believe that having people stand up at the end of a speech contest and give encouragement to members at large to take on this responsibility themselves for the next time, get people thinking about doing the next round of speech contests and hosting themselves a year down the road.
Thanks, Barbara. Do we have some more comments?
I'll take advantage of the opportunity to say thanks, Rochelle, and congratulations on a delightful speech. My wife just went through the area contest organization, so I could feel, personally what that's like to be in a room with somebody who's like, what am I going to do? But what I really appreciated was the acknowledgement and the gratitude you expressed towards those people who contributed to your success. It brings everybody in. It just, wow, I know that person, and yeah, they are really cool, and it brings a unifying experience to your speech. So thanks for emphasizing that throughout yours.
All right, do we have any more comments?
I wanted to point out as well, it's very easy when you're doing like the district trainings for it to be very boring and dull and just you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, but you're the opposite. Even without the humor that you added in, you're enthusiastic, you're energized, you're just fun to watch and listen to. And then you add in these extra comments and jokes and humor and stories, and that just brings it alive and makes it very easy for people to learn from your speeches.
All right, thank you very much, Rochelle, and thank you very much, evaluators. We're going back to Edward Chavan, our general evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you. Leo's